entertainment was amazing. We had local skydivers coming in as well, but there's a really big crowd coming in. We're looking to park the car. I'm about 10 k's back towards the highway, so nice crowd. But yeah, it's this local derby feel. It brings the people out, and they're ready for a big one this afternoon.
Mate, lucky we're near the airport here. I've parked that far away and only had to catch a plane here to get to the ground. And, mate, the importance of this game with Gold Coast Rugby League, you've got Daniel Swash refereeing today. He's come out in Trust Super Cup as well. So, a mistake right from the kick-off. Here we go, Scotty.
Well, absolutely. Everything that the Currumbin side would have not wanted to happen at the start of this match has happened. Dropped off the kick-off and gone out. So, gee whiz, great start here for Tugun. They're going to mount a lot of pressure on the Currumbin side, having to defend their line a lot earlier than what they would have anticipated. So first touch of the footy here for Tugun. Great field position. They'll feed the scrum. Looks like about 15 metres out from the line. So Sam Meskel back in the side. Haven't seen him in the last few matches that we've called of Tugun's. Referees just pulling the two teams back up again. Paul Sheedy sending a first receiver, playing 5'8" this afternoon for Tugun. Scrum finally feeds, packs and picks up from the lock position. They come out towards the right-hand side. Norton taking the tackle. Nick Harold within inches of the try line. They come out towards the left. Meskel feeds out the back. Roberts, nice short ball and nice grasping tackle around the legs as well. Meskel again, another touch, goes himself, comes off the right foot. Nicely met by the Currumbin defence. They go left side again with Roberts. He just tucks it under the wing. Last tackle now for Tugun. Nice little kick. Cassidy goes up for it. Nicely taken there from Perry. So after the first mistake there from the kickoff, the Currumbin, they managed to hold out. But pretty settling start for both sides early on in this match. So Currumbin having to do the hard work. Whoa, almost like a judo-like throw down to the ground. And again, met with nice contact. Jared Gill. There's 4 in the tackle there from Tugun. Stuart Mason, again, met with plenty of numbers. And they go the early kick, Mortimer. We picked up at the back here. And Corey Morris again bouncing off players. Yeah, we made mention the last match that we called together out here was Tugun taking on Burleigh. And Corey Morris had an absolute day out that day. And plenty of touches of the football. Also found himself in the sin bin at one point in time. Had a little bit of a dust up. And the early penalty here. First one for the match. And this is going to put Tugun in really good field position. But yeah, they've been down this end for pretty much the bulk of the first half. They'll be looking for first points.
A pretty solid start from both sides. Currumbin won the toss and elected to run into the win, which I find a strange decision. I've always been told, always been taught to you run with the win. You take the advantage of the win because you never know when it's going to change. And it's a fairly solid win here too, Scotty. Geez, they've kicked it out, quick tap, play goes on.
A great chance here for opening points for Tugun. Josh Harvey rolling forward. They come back out to this right-hand side again. Sheedy plays out the back to Cassidy. Cassidy tries to take Gill on one-on-one. Nice tackle there. Playing in the centre is Jake Gleeson. My apologies this afternoon. Playing in the centres. Levi Norton about 5 short. Little dummy run here. They try to flip over the top. Short of the line. Last tackle. They go open side again. Meskel puts it on the toe. Gets a little deflection as well. Still trying to go to Meskel. 6 to go here as well. So it's come off the Currumbin players. And they've stripped it as well. So more pressure here for Currumbin. Nice little work there from Meskel. Getting the repeat set.
Mate, 5 minutes in, it's been all Tugun with the win. You're starting to think, I know it's only 5 minutes in, but I like the early side converting possession into points. Mate, they're taking the 2. That surprises me. Take the 2 points. That's a wrap on the Currumbin defence. But I'm thinking with the win and the possession they got another crack at them. I wouldn't think Currumbin were far away from cracking their line here. But anyway, 2 points aboard, lead 2-0. Chugging at home. Leading early. They're hard to peg back. You don't want them scoring too many early points. They defend them very, very well, Scotty.
Yeah, so opening points you think will go to the Tugun side here. Taking advantage of all this possession, they're going to slot this one over. Yeah, I think it might be an odd decision. Like you were sort of saying there, Mick, they had the bulk of the possession. They've been down this way. So it shows a bit of respect to Currumbin. They know it's going to be a tough match this afternoon. The defence has held on so far. It might just be getting that thought that, any points are good points, so we'll take them when we can.
Mate, let's not forget, Chugging the only side that taken points off Burleigh with a win and a draw this year. But you throw in the mix, we called the Chugging Southport game 6-7 weeks ago, and Chugging were absolutely disgraceful, as good as Southport were. We come down and watch them knock off the unbeaten Burleigh, and we didn't call the game. But one of almost rare wins of the year, they've knocked Chugging off at home here, which is just unheard of. So Chugging can certainly mix their form up one way or the other. Nick Harold says that the loss against Ormo was probably the worst game of rugby league he's ever played in, and he's played it in Trust Cup level. He's played a lot of football. But anyway, 2-0, Chugging lead, and they're pretty good front runners at Boyd Street Oval.
Yeah, you're going to have to bring it all to try and take the points away from Chugging's home ground. Ramage gets us back underway, back in the halves this afternoon. Floats from half and fullback as Roberts spills from the kickoff, goes backwards, play on the call. Play at the back. Nice defensive pressure here from Currumbin in the early stages of their set. They're trying to get up off the line. They do it again. Good line speed. Met with plenty of numbers. Slow play the ball. They get back underway now. Just rolling through the middle. Again, wrestling in the play there. The two prop forwards really slowing it down. Jared Gill and Stuart Mason. Last tackle now, and they're short of the 40-metre line here, Tugun. Skell's going to have to get a lot of purchase on this. Hooks it back towards the left-hand side. Goes over their head of Bailey Desmond there. Yeah, so he definitely was behind the 40. We're right in line with that. Looks like Currumbin is screaming back. I think he has got the 40-20 there. That was a fantastic kick there from Sam Skell. Big play, and again, more pressure coming on the Currumbin defence.
Mate, she's a funny swirling. When you've said it was swirling, and that's exactly what it's doing. The Currumbin winger absolutely lost that ball, and to their credit, they've kicked a 40-20 with this breeze. I don't think it's the last 40-20 we're going to see here this afternoon, Scotty. Anyway, we take the quick tap, and let's bring it back 2 yards to tap it again. I love that rule. Oh,
I don't get the big fella warmed up today. God, it'll happen at least another 3 or 4 times, I know that. Nice strong run into the line and just short. Nick Harold again. There's only one way for Nick Harold, and that's forward. So Josh Harvey. Again, Johnston sends it out the left. Roberts takes it himself. Mason over the top. They come right side. Mescal, loose ball. And it's spilt out the back, and the referee's going to say knock on. So just can't take advantage of the good field position that they've had so far, Tugun. Haven't been able to do as well as the Canterbury Bulldogs yesterday. Big win against Penrith. Unbelievable. Up the dog, he's had to say that. I've got a bloke who's dressed head to toe in Bulldogs gear next to me. He's been pestering me since the start of the match to say, give us a shout out for the Dogs. You got it now, mate. Was a good win, though. Gee whiz. Played good. Knock on here. Yep, so couldn't take advantage. And the Currumbin Eagles, again, got another hold up in play. So referee's just running out the back. Too sure what the hold up exactly is. Oh, looks like there might be a player down injured just under the in-goal area. So, yeah, it looks like Josh Walker just picking up a slight injury out the back, looking a little bit ginger. We'll get the scrum pack back underway now. Ramage will feed it. In she goes. Perry taking one off from the scrum. Still driving in the tackle there, Harry Wecker. They go out towards the right. Met nicely there from Ethan Roberts, coming up out of the line. Good contact. Sort of run from half, and again it's bobbled up. It's gone backwards though. Play on. Mason sends it out. They come out towards the left-hand side of the field. And met with plenty of numbers again. Mason, again, still on his feet, just shy of the halfway line. It's fifth tackle now for Currumbin. Mortimer and drops it on the toe. Corey Morris goes back in defence. He's happy to let that one roll over the sideline. Not a bad set there in the end from Currumbin. They got good purchase, and they'll finish with Tugun right down the other end of the field.
Yeah, against the win, mate. That was a great set. And the smart thing is that putting Corey Morris out of play. As we said a couple of weeks ago against Burleigh, he absolutely killed him, Corey Morris. He was our man of the match. Good little footballer, gee whiz, he's got some skill. But mind you, there's some talent in both these sides here today. And the good thing is, which you always like, is when Chugging turn up to play, you know we're going to have one heck of a game on our hands. And 10 minutes in, this is going to be a cracker, Scotty.
Yeah, it's nice and tight already, isn't it? And both teams going up and down the paddock at the moment. No one's really been able to crack the other. Tugun had a really good start, but just couldn't get the polish to get their opening try. Currumbin really haven't had too many opportunities down Tugun's end of the field. But a nice previous set there and a good kick from Mortimer to finish that one off. They'll be looking to get some defensive pressure up in this set as Morris comes out of half. They go down the left-hand side this time. Roberts, he kicks inside the 40 as well. Now Desmond got done on the last occasion and is still rolling. Is it going to go over the in-goal area? It does. So, yeah, the wind is obviously playing an effect. They got the 40-20 on the last occasion, just couldn't get the angle on that last one, but it's the right idea again.
Mate, that's your win, without question, you know. I mean, that's a 60, 70-metre kick. Chugging's home ground, they know the ground, and that's gone dead by a long way. This win will play a factor this afternoon.
So can the Seahawks take advantage in this first half? They'll be looking to get points on the board. Take advantage of this wind factor that they've got this afternoon. They're only up by 2 at the moment. Penalty earlier on in the first half got them opening points on the board. Currumbin now with decent field position. Coming off the second 7 tackle set, Ramage puts it off the left foot. Perry's chasing this one. Morris is at the back, cleans it up. Heads back infield. And met accordingly there from Currumbin. Here comes big Sammy Latu. You'll see plenty of that from him this afternoon. Coming in early part of the set. Getting meters. Oh, it's on here. Now, oh yeah, the boys are really coming in. Harry Wecker, something must have happened in the play there. Sammy Latu's just come for the hit up, and all of a sudden Harry Wecker has just unloaded with a couple of punches right on the scone of Sammy Latu. I couldn't say that I saw anything too untoward within the ruck, but something must have happened there. He absolutely unloaded Wecker.
Mate, I don't know. Old school, I'll probably get in trouble for it, but you know, the old smack on the end of the chin, gee, on the virile end. But mind you, he's giving 2 or 3 absolute crackers, mate. I can see him getting marched here. I'd love to know what happened, what the incident was, because gee whiz, wasn't there one heck of a reaction? Mate, Jimmy Sharman's tent, he wouldn't be out of place. Gee, you threw a couple of rippers.
Just caught everybody off guard a little bit there. Didn't expect something must have happened in the play the ball to get that sort of reaction there from Wecker. Yeah, so they're going to call him out here. Captain Phil Ramage as well with Harry Wecker. So just having a chat now. Gone for 10. Yeah, I think he's extremely lucky to just get the 10 minutes in the bin. Gee whiz, what do you reckon, Mick? Lucky boy.
Mate, he had to go, and I suppose you copped the 10 in the bin. I suppose they're reluctant 10 minutes in, 15 minutes into a game, they're reluctant to send blokes off. But mind you, in saying that, I'd love to see the reasoning behind it, because, gee whiz, there was one heck of a reaction, and there goes Timmy Cassidy. He's getting marched as well. But, mate, I don't know, it must have been something verbally, because I couldn't see. He did the tackle, he stepped away, and then came back in and threw a couple of rippers, as we said. But anyway, 12 men each, 15 minutes in, game on. Mate, this will just spice things up. This is going to enhance the game, Scotty, for sure. Mate, bring it on.
Oh, I just had that feel as soon as we got to the ground this afternoon that it was just going to be an absolute cracker. We've got it already early on in the match. Look at Morris going the quick tap again. The Energizer Bunny straight away. He gets him into Currumbin's end of the field, 40 metres out from their try line. And a penalty straight away. Goes to quick tap. I say it every time. He will always do the quick tap, and he never gets it, unfortunately.
And Scotty, I'm not sure, mate. They put us in the middle of the crowd here calling the footy here. There's absolutely great conditions. Mind you, you probably heard it on the live stream. Clearly, relation to Harry Weckers in the background. Disputing the 10 minutes in the bin. Good stuff.
Oh, it was fantastic. The boys, we can say that now because they've just moved on. That was old mate who wanted to get a shout out for the Bulldogs. And he's dead set, watched some blokes snot someone in the face, and he goes, "Oh, you've been a bit harsh, ref." Oh, this is what park footy's all about. How good is it? So we are dead set amongst all the punters here at the moment. We're about 5 metres from the can bar, which can be very dangerous. So for those listening at home, if I do go quiet, it's probably because I don't want them to hear me in case we get a loose can coming our way.
And hence, at the Chugging game, that's the importance of a co-commentator. If something happens to the main commentator, we've got the backup plan in place.
Oh, absolutely, mate. I'm telling you, you'll be here by yourself. I'll be gone. I'll be back on the Pacific Highway if things get a bit hairy around here. But here we go, Roberts. Great to see him back in the side. Haven't seen him in the last couple of games that we've called from Tugun. He is impact galore. Ethan Roberts, they come out the right side with Mescal. There's a little bit of space out here for Latu. He comes back infield. Still going as Latu. He's pumped up the big boy after copping a couple on the scone. Tackle now just short of the line. They go short. Harold looking for the offload, still fighting in the tackle. They play the ball now. They come out the back again. Mescal, Roberts puts it on the toe. Nice kick from Roberts. Where are the chasers? There's Corey Morris in defence. Pushes them back into the in-goal area. So they didn't get points, but that's the next best result.
Mate, every tackle now, there's that little bit extra spice, and there were a little bit of push and shove going on here. Daniel Swass, ex-Burley player, ex-Mudry Bar Junior, Intrust Cup referee. He's got a game and a half on his hands here today, but he's the right man for the job, I dare say. Mate, unbelievable. Sammy Latu, what a giant of a winger. Mate, I see Nick Harold, the season front rower. He absolutely stands 3 foot over him.
Mate, if I caught 2 shots in the jaw like he did before, I'd be in the back of an ambulance. He just almost scored a try and beat 8 people on his way to the try line. So another really good opportunity here for Tugun. They definitely have had the bulk of the possession down this end of the field. Harold again. Plenty of work early, as always. Would expect nothing more from Nick Harold. They come down the short side. On this occasion, they turn the ball back on the inside of Norton. Losing the strides on his way. And they're stacked out here on the left-hand side. Mescal again, Roberts. Roberts goes nice short ball to McDonald. Roberts again sweeps around the back. They go away from him here. Currumbin scrambling nicely in defence. Good offload out the back. Picked up nicely. Roberts, have they got the overlap here? Loops it around the back. Has that gone forward? Yes, it has. Yeah, just tried to play through the line there and loop one behind the defensive players there from Currumbin. Correct call. Look forward from here.
Absolutely look forward from here. We're about 50 yards behind the ball, but gee whiz, we're right in line when it comes to the crunch. He's Mate, Chugging are now in the position where I'm thinking they're nearly going to have to convert points here because they've had just too much ball to be leading only 2-0. That's 20 minutes into the game. As we said, this win will come into play, and it doesn't look like it's going to change, but who would know in the next 20 minutes. But mate, I really think Chugging are desperate for points here.
Yeah, still haven't come up with the cookies yet. The home team, Currumbin, they're coming up out of their line. Still 12 on 12 at the moment, 2 players, 1 each from both teams in the bin at the moment. Tim Cassidy still got himself involved in the fracas as well. He's off the field with Harry Wecker from Currumbin. Struggling to get out of their end of the field here at the moment. Mason, he'll get him going forward. Nice offload out the back as well. Good extra metres. And Wolf taking the tackle. He's been pretty scheming as well, coming out of acting half early on in this match. They're stacked down the right-hand side of the field. Mortimer sends it that way now. They've got numbers here. They turn it back on the inside to Ramage. Ramage again, offloads. Mortimer. This is good work here from Currumbin, and it's just opened up in the end. Well, they just couldn't recover the Tugun Seahawks, but it was just a ball movement from Currumbin. They sent it down the right-hand side. They turned it back on the inside. Good support play, and they get the opening try of the match.
Mate, that's come against all play, but it's not ridiculous that the class acts from Currumbin have played a big role in that try, and that being Brent Wolf. The young kiddies come through the junior ranks, Australian schoolboys, represented at every level. Has played Intrust Super Cup with Winnemsheim at the Broncos, went up north, the Blackhawks, finished up with a horrific knee injury. He's been out for 12 or 18 months, played a bit of Intrust Cup this year at Tweed, and he's back playing local footy, with hence Tweed having the bye this weekend. But I can tell you, the kid can play, and he's got a lot of rugby league left in his career. And clearly the other man, I suppose, if it's fair or not unfair to say, Dan Mortimer, the old man, with plenty of NRL under his belt, mate, they both played a key role in that game, and mate, completely against the role of play. Bit of a boot in the guts there for Chugging, mate. They'd be hurting a bit behind them posts there, you know. That's as we just alluded to earlier, they needed the points, and they've just gone 80, 90 metres to score a point and really put the pressure back on Tugun now. I know it's only a 6-2 lead, but with this win, this is a dead set 10-point breeze, 10, 12-point breeze for sure, Scotty.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how Tugun respond here, as Mick made mention here, having all the field position, not really coming up with any points apart from the penalty conversion, which got them the 2 on the board. And Currumbin really haven't had too many cracks at the Tugun line throughout the first half. Just a little bit of ball movement got them down, and they found the open space. Opening try to Currumbin. The conversion was successful as well off the boot of Phil Ramage right in front of the post as big Stewie Mason winds up from the back post. Still going as Mason. Gets the offload as well. Has that been held on to? It has. Ooh, a little bit risky there. Tackle 1. They hold on to the football here, Currumbin. Gleeson. Now we might have an injury. Someone's slow to get back to their feet from Tugun. Now they come out this side to Perry. There's open space again. Perry. Ramage is looming up on the inside. Perry still going. He finds Ramage now. Let it go. It goes in the hands of Sammy Latu. Now there's open space here for Latu if he wants to wind up. He goes straight into the big prop forwards. And, well, it's all happening out here now.
Mate, haven't Currumbin grown a leg, but, you know, Tugun's credit, they hung in there by the skin of their teeth, and they're back on the attack again. 6-2, 18 minutes to go. They need points, Tugun. Currumbin are slowly but surely just creeping on top of these boys.
Oh, Corey Morris met heavily over the top, and an error has resulted, so just falling down to the ground. And it might have been Blake Morrison coming over the top. Solid hit. So another mistake on the board here for Tugun. Yeah, Currumbin, they've been looking good in the last 5 or so minutes, and it's been coming off just their ball movement, isn't it? They've found some space out on the outside flanks, and there's been good support play on the inside.
And don't undersell their defence, Scotty. The defence has been outstanding. Chugging's thrown quite a bit at them, and they've withstood the lot. Mate, getting back to that, this is dead set playoff for third spot, you would think. And this, so Currumbin win this today, they'd nearly seal third spot, you would think. But it's been a game worthy of a top three position. And being the nature of this comp, I really, really believe you've got to finish top 3 to win this comp.
Yeah, so all to play for here this afternoon. Nice short ball again, Mason. Well, they're there to answer the call on that occasion, and a penalty as well. Quick tap. No, brought back. So Ballygill's onto the field now for Currumbin. He takes a kick for the sideline, wearing number 14 this afternoon, coming off the interchange bench. Be interesting to see where he fits into the side. So golden chance here to go back-to-back. Currumbin. They go a little short side play. Mortimer feeds it out. Desmond has to throw it back on the inside. They've managed to pick up the crumbs. So Simbin players will be coming back onto the field now. So full complement, 13 on 13. Mason plays out the back to Ramage. Gill couldn't quite get on the outside, but he's managed to break the tackle. Sends it back in field to Mortimer. Beautiful ball from Bailey Gill. And what support play there from the experienced Daniel Mortimer. Great line on the inside, and there's a little bit of push and shove in the middle as well. Wolf copping one there, but what a ball and great line there from Daniel Mortimer.
And I spoke to Ryan Gundry and the Currumbin president pre-game, and I questioned their side. I questioned Bailey Gill coming off the bench, mate. Everyone that knows me knows I'm a fan of Bailey Gill. I've seen the kid grow up and play some damn good footy through his career, and he's just prone. Well, much to not my surprise, they started the game with Bailey. He's run on with the number 14 on his back, and mate, that little passage of rugby league there is a reason why I love the kid, mate. He's also another kid that can play the game. They've got a great mix this Currumbin side. They've got, the Palatees. He's going to come on shortly, and look, he's warming up now, ready to come on, and gee whiz. He comes on, he'll do some damage with it here. They've got a great mix of the young blokes, the old blokes. Mate, they're really class act once they get cracking. But, you don't write Chugging off. All of a sudden we see this with Chugging, and then we see the performance they can put on against Burleigh, you know what I mean? They're a mindset team, and when their mind's on the job, but mind you, this is a pretty handy lead here, Scotty, 15 minutes out from half-time against this ridiculous win.
Yeah, again, conversion successful. Ramage right in front of the sticks. Sends it over. So 12-2 is the score here. Match of the round this afternoon between Currumbin and Tugun Seahawks. And Palatalisi on the field now. Takes his opening hit up. Breaks the first tackle as well. So pretty handy when you can take Mason off and bring Palatalisi on as a replacement. It's just going to keep the momentum going through the middle of the field here for Currumbin. Wolf again to Palatalisi. Second hit up for the set. Just shy of the 40-metre line. They go out the right side. Mortimer turns it back on the inside. Slow play the ball. We're back underway now. And that's Wecker, and the man who spent a little time in the bin earlier on. Ramage off the left foot. Now Perry, he's chasing this nicely. He's picked up at the back there from Corey Morris. Good chase from the outside players here for Currumbin. Now the ball spilled out here. It's been picked up by Gleeson. So another big opportunity for Currumbin. They're shooting themselves in the foot at the moment, Tugun. Wolf. Wecker out the back. Mortimer, beautiful left to right. Hits Desmond. Desmond comes back infield. Met by 3 in the tackle. Mortimer again. Gillum. Met in the tackle by 2. Mortimer again. Plenty of touches in this set. Links up with Ramage. Nice short ball. Good work around the legs there on Mike Gray. Wolf puts it on the toe. Has it been cleaned up there? It has. Probably wasn't the kick that they were looking for in the end. They was well marked up. There was Tugun players right in front of them. So, yeah, not the kick that they would have wanted on that occasion.
No, mate, clearly looking for the repeat set. which the Tugun covered it very easily. But here we go, penalty, relieve the pressure valve. Mate, isn't it unreal to see a kid or a bloke like call him the old man before Dan Mortimer? But, he gets rookie of the year in the NRL. He goes, I don't know where he went. He went on the land of the missing for a while. He's back here playing club football for Currumbin. And clearly, he's a class act and clearly enjoying the game of rugby league, mate. Geez, it's good to watch. It really is. Any kid that's watching, any kid that's listening, or you come down and watch Dan Mortimer play, very experienced man, but geez, he just simple little things, and you can tell he's played at that highest level.
Yeah, it's great to see when the former NRL players back-to-back penalties again. There's a bit of time off here. They're going to call out the captain. Phil Ramage making his way over to the referee now. So, 2 penalties on the trot. So this might open the door up a little bit for Tugun. They definitely need to get points going towards the back end of this first half. Down by 10 at the moment. About 12 to go. They send it over. They're into Currumbin's end of the field. Lillis onto the field now for Tugun in the 15. That's Iona. Johnson gives it out to Mescal. He turned back in underneath Norton. And Mescal again. Out the back, Roberts goes short, and they've spilt it here. They turn the ball over. Currumbin pick it up again, so another golden opportunity gone to waste there for Tugun. They just can't hang on to the football in those crucial times and just get that opening try that they so desperately need.
10 minutes before half-time, Chugging really need to hang on. They can't put points on the board. They've got a 12-2. Here they go. They shoot themselves in the foot, Currumbin. Stupid penalty they give away. Mate, just a quick one on the reserve grade game. Another cracker of a game. Chugging beat Currumbin 2018, which absolutely pumps them into a top 2, top 3 spot for sure, Chugging. They're going very well in reserve grade. And Currumbin, as their A grade, are cheating around the 3rd and 4th spot area. But here we go. Currumbin on the attack, Scotty.
Yeah, they'll be smelling blood in the water here. Currumbin get another one going into the half-time break. And they'll be right on top in this match. Big Pellet to Lacey. Look at him still strolling forward. 4 in the tackle here. If he can get a quick roll ball, it's a little bit slow and clunky at the moment. They get it underway now. They come back out this left-hand side. Ramage turns Gray back underneath. Wolf sends it back infield. Weck up. Wolf again. There's just players on the deck here for Tugun. They manage to scramble now. They're about 8 metres short of the try line here. Currumbin, they come out the right-hand side. Little banana kick there from Mortimer. I think that might have even come off the melon there of Desmond out on the outside. I don't think he was expecting it. Little trick play there from Dan Mortimer. Almost comes up. Just got to get your hands up there and catch that one. You can't use your face.
Mate, nothing like a Falcon, doesn't it, to add to a game of rugby league. Here we go. Tugun again. 8 out. 22 taps, 7 tackles. Let's see what they got, Scotty.
Yeah, looking a little bit compressed at the moment to start this. Big Latu comes in again. Still fighting in the tackle, just shy of the 40-metre line. They go down the left-hand side of the field. Macaulay Dawson. And Mescal plays short. Just jinking around in the middle of the park at the moment. They play on. Currumbin players lying around in the ruck. Run from half there from Johnson. Will float it, ball out to Cassidy. Gets the fend off away from Gleeson. Sends it out to Latu, and it goes behind a big Sammy Latu. But the space was there. Nice work one-on-one. Nice fend from Cassidy onto Gleeson. They could just get the execution of the pass. It was going to be on for sure.
Mate, unbelievable. They did all of the hard stuff, mate. The try line was wide open. All they had to do was just an easy, simple little pass, and somehow, I suppose we blame the wind or whatever. But, geez, these outside backs, Cassidy and Latu, geez, where's their big boys? I didn't realise how big they were. They're big fellas, mate. And they do. I see them watching here. They're about to pack the scrum with a Currumbin feed, mate. They certainly wouldn't be out of place being a pair of bookends, these two. He's got a bit of pace too, Cassidy, Scotty, hasn't he?
Yeah, he goes good. He's been one of their best this season. Yeah, big lump of a lad, as Mick said. And good speed as well. And we've just got a bit of running repair work happening here for Paul Sheedy. A little bit of claret. So the referee will hopefully just pack the scrum here and get us back underway. They form it in now. Ramage feeds it in. Now it's held up in the scrum here. What's happened? They're going to have to repack it. What's your thoughts on the scrums, Mick? They can be frustrating at times, can't they?
Well, mate, we've simplified them as much as we possibly can. We just don't need the garbage that we're watching there, you know what I mean? If you simplify it, the bloke that's feed is going to win the scrum. Let's just get them over and done with, you know? Put them up, tell them don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. Let's get the ball in and get the ball out and get the game on. Great hit, Scotty.
Oh, Perry, he is rocked and rolled on that one. Massive shot. Cody Parsons, I think, coming over the top to knock that one off. We are keeping an eye out for him next time he runs the ball in. Oh, Kurt Perry. So they're aiming up in defensive in this set here. Tugun, big defensive effort. Might get him in the set to get back down this end of the field when they get the footy back in hand again. Gill goes short. Pelletalisi just over the 40. It's the last tackle now. They'll be looking for a big kick here. Now Gill just sends it up. Sprays off the right-hand side of his boot. Has it gone out on the full? No, it hasn't. It bounced. Well, that was a interesting kick to say the least.
Mate, I think he's half miskicked it, but hence again that win, mate. He's kicked that 3 mile in the air that's gone forward 3 metres. It's the most bizarre kick you've ever seen. But anyway, Chugging have got possession. 5 minutes out. Scrum feed. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes out. I don't know what that meant, but... Mate, on the 50-metre line, packing a scrum. Let's see what happens. Let's pack it and repack it and pack it and repack it again and get the ball out. Hey, geez, you asked me opinion on scrums. What have you opened up here, Scotty?
Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. Oh, yeah, they can be frustrating at times. But we got it in. We fed it in, got it underway. Didn't have to repack it, so good to see. Huge chance here for Tugun. Oh, no. What's happening now? If it's not a scrum, now we're going to go back to the mark. And it just takes the sting out of their attack, doesn't it? Having to go back, and they were trying to get a bit of momentum, but they've still got the football at least. Huge chance here for Tugun. Get points before the halftime break. Again, bodies coming in and driving back for Currumbin. So they're answering the call. Mescal comes out. Cassidy tries to take Gleeson on again. Gets on his outside. Still hanging on is Gleeson. Nice hands here from Latu. Latu comes off the right foot. Back into the middle of the field. That's what I love about him. Like, he comes from the outside and runs straight back into where the big boys are. It's no problems for Sammy Latu. Oh, call it around. And the referee's going to say it was a bit too much. High on that occasion, so penalty here. They definitely won't be taking the 2 this time.
No, that's Pele, the big man. He's hit the Tugun hook a little high, not much in it. And here we go, Tugun on the attack again. Mate, we're under 5 minutes out. Score. They must. Here we go. Penalty, they've milked it. Gee whiz, Tugun. Give yourselves a chance, boys. Give yourselves a chance.
Oh, even the locals were groaning after that one. That was a massive chance for Tugun and just an incorrect play the ball. It's those little 1%ers you've got to get right and try to get yourself back into the match. It looked a little bit clunky, but yeah, I think the referee indicating that the player not getting to her feet. As Gleeson comes steaming in. Gill into half. Another penalty. Now it's gone against Currumbin. Well, can you believe it? 2 penalties in a row and they've gone against the team in possession. This is a bloody bizarro world out here today.
Mate, you don't see that. You wouldn't see 2 of those penalties all season. We've seen 2 in 2 minutes. Unbelievable. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander, I suppose. And I hope that's not the case, which clearly it's not. But here we go. It gives Tugun 3 minutes to go. It gives them one last roll of the dice. If they've done really a chance this game, they need to get points on here. I really believe that.
No, he's lost it. Oh, no. Well, they are looking extremely frustrated, and they should be. I couldn't imagine what the coaching staff with Tugun will be going through. Might be one of the good all-time sprays going into the halftime break, I would say, for Tugun. Positives are they are still down by, they're only down by 10, I should say. Currumbin haven't managed to skip too far ahead of them, but 3 really good golden opportunities to try and chase some points right before the halftime break. And they've given away penalties, and they've come up with errors as well. So shooting themselves in the foot, the home side at the moment. Perry again, met solidly. Bounces back to his feet. Mortimer feeds short out there to Morrison. Gillum. Now he's dropped the ball there, Gillum. Yeah, it looked like it might have gone backwards, but the referee has said it's a knock-on. So again, this is it. It has to be it now for Tugun.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. This will be the last roll of the dice too. But it's, mate, the win, I know, and as I say, they need to score points. They probably 12-2. It's only 10 points. You're thinking, what are you talking about, Mick? Gee whiz, you know, like give them a break. But I'm not underselling this win, mate. And the kickers they got the Brent Wolves, they got the Bailey Gills, they got the Daniel Mortimers. Mate, they can all reef a ball, I can tell you. So I just think they'll utilise this breeze a bit better than Tugun having this first half. So let's see what they got, Scotty, eh?
Morris met with 2 in the tackle. Gray in there. Norton steadies your ship. Nice run there from Iona. He came up with the error on the previous set. They come out towards the right-hand side of the field. Morris is sweeping around the back, but it's Cassidy who gets the ball. He gets the offload. They still come down this left-hand side. And Corey Morris has found the space and the big diving finish as well. They finally get their opening try here, the Tugun Seahawks. Great work, came off the offload. Space on the right-hand side. Classy finish from Morris.
Mate, he's having a big game, this Cassidy, in the centres. He's one big boy with pace, and can't he unload, mate? He rarely gets tackled with the ball, and every time he's hit the line of defence, he's got rid of the ball. They've done the run around, led to a try in the corner by the ever-dangerous Corey Morris with a pretty damn important kick coming up. If they can go in 12-8 the hooter, because this will be a half-time score of 12-6, 12-8, mate, they've got themselves back in this game, and good on you, Chugging. That's the fighting spirit that we're used to.
Yeah, sets up for a great second half. We knew we were going to get one regardless, but yeah, those points just going into the halftime breaks really going to give them some momentum coming into the second half here, the home team. It's going to be a tough ask here for Sam Meskel to slot this one over from the right-hand side. He's got all the local support behind him. So lining this one up. He'll have the win behind him. So I think might aim for the right hand upright. Try to swing it across the face. So Meskel takes his time, comes into the ball now, strikes it nicely, but it's going to swing away across the face, so the conversion couldn't be converted there. The score will remain 12-6 going into the halftime break. So highly entertaining first half here between these two sides. Tugun started really strongly. They had a lot of good field possession, couldn't get the points. Currumbin against the grain managed to get 2 pretty good tries of their own, good setup. They go into the halftime break with the lead. It's the away side leading at 12 points to 6 over Tugun. Welcome back to Boyd Street. Both teams entering the field for the second half. It is the away team who have the lead at the moment, 12-6. A try right before the halftime break for Tugun, getting them back into this match. And like the first half we saw, it was pretty entertaining. We saw two in the bin. There was a few big hits as well. The second half, she's going to be turned on here as well. We're expecting a big one as well.
Yeah, fiery encounter. You expect nothing more than a Chugging side at Boyd Street Oval. They love defending their patch of turf. Mate, 12-6. I've said it many, many times during the first half, the points. I'm tipping a Currumbin victory on the back of the going with the win. But as we speak, I think this wind's dropped off a little bit, Scotty. But, you know, I'm too smart to underestimate the fighting power of these Chugging Seahawks, mate. Once they get their backs up, gee whiz, they can do anything.
Here you go. Ramage sends it up skywards. It's caught. Unlike the first half, it was knocked on from the kickoff. Yeah, the wind's playing effect with some of the locals here at the can bar as well, lobbing their cans in, trying to get the wheelie bin down the bottom of the hill. There's not too many that have gone in, so it's not only out on the footy field at the moment, it's causing a bit of havoc. So the Seahawks, good strong hit up from Harvey, still pumping the legs in the tackle. Wolf and Gray finally slowing him down. Sayona playing the ball now. They come down this left-hand side. Roberts puts the kick in. Oh, it gets a nice bounce here as well. Comes off the toe. There's plenty of support and it's knocked on. Wow, that was a big chance there for Tugun. They got the bounce of the ball. It's funny how that happens here on your home wicket. Just couldn't pick it up. They had numbers in support in the inside, but knock on.
Mate, they did. All he had to do was play the smart football, but you get excited, I suppose. The line's open, you're 5 metres out there, the ball is, you try and pick it up. Mate, the smart play would have been just jump on the ball, but I can understand him getting excited, mate. That's Chugging are going to have to grasp these opportunities if they're going to be a chance. But, mate, I've gone over to get a bit of intel at half-time. Scotty, mate, got to both doors. I slammed in my face, so that's how important these both sides are taking this game here today, and so they should be. There's plenty to play for here.
Oh, you wouldn't see Joey Johns getting the door slammed in his face, Mick. We need some bloody accreditation or some sway here. Penalty on the neck there. Might have been a bit of a crusher. So penalty here for Currumbin. Still get him out of trouble. Mortimer will send this one over the sideline. Get some decent distance on that one as well. About 8 metres shy of the halfway. Gillum, coming up out of the line. The ball spill out here as well, and another penalty. Strip is the call. Yeah, interesting one. Looked like good pressure coming up out of the line there from Nick Harold. So again, Currumbin send it over towards the Leagues Club. 6 tackles here. 20 out. Attacking Tugun. Gillum, again, forever fighting in the tackles. Really fights for every metre. Gray plays out the back to Mortimer. He goes to Gill. Space out here. They've got numbers. They're still short of the line. Morrison taking the tackle. Mortimer again. Back to Pelletalisi. He drives towards the line. Oh, they lift him up by the legs. Get him down safely. They go short in the middle. Gray, beautiful tackle around the legs. Little show and go. Looks like Wolf from half. They've got numbers there. They wrap him up. Last 4, Currumbin now. Mortimer puts it on the toe. Clean up at the back. Corey Morris does the job. So good work from Tugun. They hold out defensively. Currumbin threw a couple of questions at them. They attacked them down the right-hand side of the field. They scrambled nicely. Got players in the tackle. Now they've got a lot of work to get out of their end of the field here. Latu coming off the back fence. Breaks tackles as well. Gets a quick play the ball. Nicely picked up from half. They're on the front foot here, Tugun. On the 40-metre line. They play through the middle again. Aona, last tackle. Little torpedo turns Gill around. He'll be happy to see that one sail over the sideline. Nice set there from Tugun.
Mate, absolutely. Well done, Chugging, mate. They've should have jumped on a ball up the other end 2 minutes ago. Back-to-back penalties, Tugun on the attack, and it was Groundhog Day, mate. Tugun defended like Currumbin did in that first 5 minutes in the first half, and they never looked like breaking their line. One set of 6, mate. They're 10 yards out in the corner, setting a scrum. They'd be very, very happy, mate. I really like this Cassidy and Latu, these outside backs for Tugun. Geez, they do a lot of work. So they should, they're big boys. Them days are saying, oh, you know, the winger, he's just a spectator. He's a bloke that hangs around footballers, mate. Them days are well and truly gone. They earn their chocolates today, these wingers, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Plenty of hit-ups, plenty of metres. Tackle bust as well. Sam Latu being good, and Cassidy as well. As Mick mentioned, good offloads, breaks tackles as well. We've got Macaulay Dawson wearing the number 2 out here on the left-hand side. Big outside backs. And it's Kurt McDonald, the number 3. You're getting in there. They wrap him up now. Morrison taking the tackle. They come down the right-hand side with Gill again. Desmond, oh, good contact again. Roberts meeting him there. Push him towards the sideline. And just too big, too strong. Bailey Desmond coming in. Nice contact there from Roberts. Just flirting with the sideline, and they send him over.
Mate, and this is what we see in Chugging. They're such a side. They're biorhythms. If that's the word, they just ride this up and down, up and down. All of a sudden, you look back and say, "Geez whiz, they look flat." We've got this side beat. Then they turn around. I don't know what they find, or they find something. And mate, since half time, except that one glaring mistake in the first minute or two, mate. Geez, the commitment. Here is a commitment we saw against Burleigh. So, mate, you need to be sharpen up a bit here, Currumbin.
Cassidy taking the tackle. Iona, he's been busy since coming onto the field. Gets plenty of touches, doing a lot of work. Mescal goes against the grain. They turn it back in the inside to Morris, but yeah, it bounces off. Not sure if that was the right play. The pass wasn't as crisp from Mescal to start with. And oh, there's been a big hit off the ball here. Pella-Talisi taking an absolute shot. It was Cody Parsons, I think, off the ball. So, yeah, fair penalty. It was a decent shot.
Mate, we felt the rumble from here. Geez, the two big men colliding. He's going to have a yarn to him too, Cody Parsons. Mind you, he lined him up. He just didn't pass the ball, and he'll have a bit of a chat. He's put it on report, eh? He's put that on report. I suppose he's take a man out off the ball. They shoot themselves in the foot, Chugging, don't they? You know, silly penalties, and they get too excited. And you know that play certainly wasn't it, but they just get a little bit excited. Just settle down, boys, settle down. They're coach killers, what they're doing.
Yeah, just got to keep themselves in the grind of this match. We saw it in their previous set. It was a great one for them. They worked their way up the field and got a good kick on the end of it. They tried the big all or nothing play, didn't come off for them in the previous one, and they backed it up with a penalty. And look at the pressure here on their defensive line. Wolf puts it off the toe. This is going to be a repeat set that come off the foot there of Corey Morris. So 6 more again here for Currumbin. Wolf sends it out the back. Great. Just holds on to the football. Slowly now, back onto his feet. Pella-Talisi tries to bury in underneath the sticks. To be inches away from the try line. Roberts in there to make the tackle. Mortimer gives early ball. There's a little bit of space that's opened up here. They managed to get Norton down. That's Daniel Webb, my apologies. They come back out. Gray juggles, still holds onto the ball. Mortimer, plenty of pressure on Mortimer. Ramage puts it off the left foot. It's dribbling down, picked up nicely from Cassidy, so they hang on. Threw a few questions at them there, Currumbin, and good work though from Tugun defensively. They're still hanging in.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know which way Currumbin went the wrong way or not, but they seem every time they looked up, there seemed to be 8 or 9 Tugun players. Maybe Tugun snuck an extra 3 or 4 blokes on the field for that passage of play, but geez, there was certainly no opening in any shape or form with the Tugun. Good work with their defence. They're switching back on again. The switch went off. The switch is back on again, Scotty.
They'll be looking for a decent set here and get that kick like we saw just a few sets ago. The Currumbin are doing a pretty good job at the moment. They're not over the 30 yet. Last tackle again. They're just over now. Got to get a decent heave here. Mescal tries to get as much purchase on it as he can. And Gill playing fullback now. Still dancing around. They managed to get him down to the ground. So tackle one here. They're just shy of the 40-metre line. Coming out of their own end of the field. Perry. Oh, gee. Yeah. From early on, they just had a hold of the leg and just didn't really need to do it. And then they continued on with it. Wasn't too dangerous in the end, but they still flicked him up and got him into a bit of a dangerous position. Again, crucial penalty given away there from Tugun.
I think Cody Parsons again. He just needs to settle down that little bit. I suppose there's a little bit of luck went into play there, but it was a penalty and that's all it was. But what you're doing, forget the penalty. You're falling into Currumbin's hands and giving them more opportunities. You keep letting them play down this end of the field, mate. They're going to score points without any question whatsoever, Scotty.
Jared Gill now takes the tackle. Wolf. Gillum comes out the back. Mortimer, nice tackle on Dan Mortimer. Mescal halves opposition, wrapping him up. Wolf, they play out the back. Ramage sends it out to Gleeson. Gleeson comes back in field. They come back through the middle again with Gill. Last tackle now, just shy of the try line here. Currumbin, can they get more points? Dribbles it down and Pelletalisi. Well, can you believe it? That was a set little piece there. They would have been practicing that one at training, but that completely caught Tugun off guard. Didn't see that one coming, but the big boy, he knew it was on. Gets the opening try of the second half.
You know what, Pele, mate, he's 8'2", 120 kilos of fitness. And he's scoring a try like that. You're kidding me. That was unbelievable, mate. Geez, how agile was that? That was an outstanding try. So simple, but so outstanding. You expect that from your fullback, halfback, 5'8", running through from a nice little grubber kick and goal. But mate, they knew what was going on, and bingo, up come the points. But that just for Chugging with their silly penalties, silly mistakes, and mate, open that door, they're going to knock the frigging thing down. That's for sure and certain they have. This is going to be a very, very difficult task from here from Chugging, but you know they're at Boyd Street Oval, and we know what they've got in them.
Yeah, great work from Currumbin. Opening points of the second half, and Ramage. All his conversion attempts have been right in front of the sticks this afternoon. Just gets the sand wedge out, chips that one straight over. So conversion successful, more points in the bank for Phil Ramage. Handy little lead now for Currumbin. Extend out 18 points to 6. So can Tugun answer back here. Mason heads back in field, met nicely there in the tackle. Nick Harrell, two big props coming together. Gill, that's Bailey Gill, having a run from acting half. The try scorer now taking another hit up. Wolf scoots from half. Over the 40-metre line. There's a little bit of space out here on the right-hand side. This has been knocked on, though, from Currumbin. So after scoring points, they can't complete their set. Leaves the door ajar here for Tugun.
It leaves the door ajar. Let's see what they can do with the ball, mate. We've got 25 minutes to go. Currumbin the upper hand. They don't need to push things. They just got to play some very, very smart football here. If they do open this door, Tugun in a great spot here, got the feed. We know they've got the strike power to get points on the board, but they just push. There's no need to panic yet. We've still got plenty of time in this game, but I still really think they've got to put points on the board, start putting a little bit of pressure back on Currumbin, and let's see if they can crack them or not. But we've got plenty of football left in this game, Scotty.
So they come out on the left-hand side of the field. Kurt McDonald, a little bit of space there for him, got on the outside of his defender. And they scrambled well on the egg, Currumbin. So Parsons now. Nice quick play the ball. They come out to the right. Mescal links up with his halves partner, Sheedy. Got the head bandaged. After getting a little bit of claret earlier on in the first half. They come right-hand side again. Mescal, they look forward. Straight away out of the hands. It's called that way as well. So they're just going for that big miracle play. Again, overran the support player on the inside. Had overran Mescal on that occasion. They still pushed the pass. And again, it's another error that costs them.
Well, that's it. I don't know whether it's... mate, it's been a fairly solid clash. The forwards, they've left nothing in the tank here. And whether, 20, 25 minutes to go, we're starting to get a bit tired and the mistakes are starting to creep in. But neither side are playing real smart, just fundamental, easy style football. Certainly Currumbin. Tugun, 25 to go. They don't need to start pushing this pass yet, you know what I mean? They don't have to play catch-up. We've still got plenty of time in this game. And let's see what happens, Scotty.
Desmond, plenty of pressure here. They're trying to get numbers in the tackle now. They come away with the football. It's been stripped. Oh, he's not happy as well. Kurt McDonald. He's going to get marched as well. So, yes, his little mistakes. Yeah, the referee's going to pull the captain out. So, yeah, McDonald not happy with the decision. So they'll just try and calm them down here again. And a penalty to Currumbin. So time back on. Mortimer sends it over the sideline. Gill gets us back underway. Pellisalisi again, tucking the ball under. Met nicely in the tackle. Mason. Can he get that offload again? Holds on to the football now. They roll over the 40. Wolf shows and goes. Metre short of the halfway line. And they cross over now with Mason. Gill to Mortimer. Mortimer, nice short ball to Webb, but beautiful tackle. Met nicely there, and it was the man who gave the penalty away in the previous set. Kurt McDonald getting right under the ribs there of Webb, forces the mistake. Good response after giving that penalty away.
Sometimes we know the Chugging, they can get frustrated. They turn to silly football. That's good stuff. That was real good stuff. He gave the penalty away, got himself frustrated, and he's come up with one magnificent hit to set the ball loose and give them the scrum feed and get themselves back on the attack again. Mate, if he hasn't cracked a rib there, I'll give it away. That was a great hit.
So scrum feed short of the 40-metre line. Coming out of their own end of the field here, Tugun. Dawson, driven back in the tackle. Slow play the ball, home crowd looking for the penalty. Not forthcoming on this occasion. They come back out this right-hand side, or left-hand side I should say, with Roberts. Super impressive. Love how he plays. He can tuck the ball under, do the hard work, or he can play, do a little bit of ball play as well. Ethan Roberts. Johnson has a little run from half himself on this occasion. Tackled around the legs. Last one here for Tugun. Do they send it up? Mescal. He does. Doesn't get any of it. Goes backwards. It's been knocked on. Play on is the call. Wouldn't be happy with that kick.
It seemed a silly option. I don't know what they're thinking. I suppose, I keep saying 20 minutes out, you don't have to keep pushing the ball at this stage yet. Work the clock in your favour, mate. That's just giving the ball back to Currumbin in great position with an 18-6 lead with 20 to go. Here we go. We got another mistake from Currumbin. So Chugging got the ball. So that led from the somewhat funny kick. So maybe the kick works, Scotty.
Yeah, neither team can just really grab a hold of this in the last 5 or so minutes. Currumbin are coming up with the errors and the mistakes and giving the ball back to Tugun, but Tugun just haven't really been able to put the polish on the end of their sets at the moment. Again, they got to take these opportunities when they can. They're down on the scoreboard by 12 at the moment. 2 converted tries is what they need to level this one back up as Morris picks it up from the base of the scrum. Roberts. It's been stripped here from Webb. There was 2 in the tackle. Might have even been 3 in the tackle in the end. Tried to fall off so Webb could have a go at it one-on-one, but there were still hands on the football. So this is their chance now, Tugun.
Yeah, Ryan Gundry, he wouldn't be happy, mate. We kept saying the last 5 or 10 minutes, pretty silly football from both sides here. Currumbin 18-6 with 20 to go. They don't have to be pushing this ball. They don't have to be going for controversial strips. They don't have to be doing stuff like that. Just play smart football. You've got the lead, and let Chugging do the hard work. So here we go. We've got 40 out. Chugging on the attack. Let's see what we got.
So McDonald takes it himself from the tap. Lillis steadies them up. They come down this left-hand side again. Robert shows it himself. Met nicely in the tackle there from Morrison. Johnson into the middle to Mescal. Mescal feeds it out the back. Here goes Cassidy. Comes off the right foot nicely. Johnson again to Mescal. Turns Harvey underneath. A couple of metres short of the try line here. Tugun, can they get points? They go out the right-hand side. Held up. Here comes Cassidy, and he's thrown, trying to get the offload. Oh, play on is the call. So the offload has come from Cassidy. The referee's happy that it's gone backwards. He hasn't awarded it yet. Still talking to the players. I think he's got to give it. Yeah, it must have taken a deflection off one of the Currumbin Eagles. 6 to go has been indicated. They pick up the crumbs, and that's the points they needed.
Mate, what do they say? Luck favours the brave. Mate, we've watched Chugging in the second half. The only time they looked like scoring that first half was down the right side with Cassidy and Latu down this side. They have persisted with the left-hand side. Whether that's a set play or not, they ping it out the right-hand side, one of the rare occasions in the second half that we've seen them go out there. Give it to my danger man, Cassidy. He's flipped the ball up off someone's body, off someone's head, regained the ball. Very, very lucky try, but who cares, mate? It's fish and chip paper now. They've got the 4-pointer, which will convert to 6. 18-12. 18 minutes to go. We have got a game on our hands, Scotty.
Yeah, game on. Conversion right in front of the post here for Mescal as well. He'll send this one over. Slots it. 18-12. So reduce the margin down to 6 here, the home side. And yeah, just coming off those errors and penalties from Currumbin. Still plenty of time on the clock here as Ramage gets us back underway. Roberts takes it from the kickoff. Three in the tackle here for Currumbin. They come down this left-hand side again. McDonald. He's had plenty of touches in the last 10 or so minutes. On the 40-metre line now. They come down the short side again. Nice run here. Cody Parsons. Roberts sends it up. Gets a bit of purchase. Ramage is going to fall in between them both. They let it bounce. Oh, Cassidy comes flying through the air. Couldn't reel it in. Wow, the bounce of the footy almost comes up. Trumps there for the home side. Nervous under the high ball there, Ramage.
Gee whiz, holy moly, wacky-doo. I cannot believe that, mate. How close was that? Up went the ball. They both stood there and watched themselves go. Cassie's leaped through the ground. I reckon he got hand of ball. All he had to do was hang on to it. He dives over and made game on. But mate, isn't it amazing? You score a couple of points and the spring that jumps into your step. Mate, they were shot ducks 15 minutes ago, Chugging, and, but we know they're capable of it. Look at them go.
The last tackle, they're just over the 30 coming out of their own end of the field here. Mortimer's going to have to try and get some purchase on this one. Still bouncing around. Oh, has he knocked that on? He has. Oh, no. Absolute coach killer, that one. Oh, that's horrible. Travis Barry out there just to bounce him, just reaching out for it. Yeah, he's throwing his head back. He knows that could be a massive, massive moment in the match here. Oh, disappointing.
Mate, poor old Travis Barry, they're the times in your life, regardless whether it's a rugby league field or not, that you're looking for that big hole just to climb into and hide. Oh, the poor bugger. Mate, he had no one around him, nothing there, just had to do it. He's put the arm out and the ball's done a Shane Warne or Nathan Lyon spin and clipped him on the end of the fingers, knock on, and Currumbin are now on the attack. That hard work that Chugging have just done in the last 5 and 10 minutes, let's hope it won't come undone here.
Mortimer. Oh, there's a bit of space on the inside if they could link up with Perry. That they can't. There's another penalty here, so there's a Currumbin player down on the deck. Must have been a late hit off the ball. Must admit, I was following the play. Yeah, someone's going to get called out here. Corey Morris being called out from the referee. That's on report as well. So a late hit off the ball. And again, down by 6, and just these extra penalty. Now, this is interesting. What do you do here, Mick? You got that lead, you go for the 2, pump it out to 8.
Mate, without question, mate. I'm big on scoring 6 points, but 18-12, 15 to go, win behind you, mate, the 8-point lead. And then, you know what, you force the hand of Chugging. Chugging then, now, they got the free pass to play the catch-up football. I know people might argue with that, but 15 minutes, this has been a reasonably tight game. Points have been hard to come by. A couple of lucky tries. He bangs us over with the win, which I expect him to do. The 8-point lead is going to go one heck of a way to getting the 3 points for Currumbin, and I dare say almost securing, with their points differential, almost securing a top 3 spot for them, which I really, really believe you need to win this competition. Although there's a 7-team competition, you knock 1 or 2 out of the bottom. The top 5 sides, you put Burleigh. Burleigh have actually come back to the pack in the last 4, 5, 6 weeks, mate. They've been winning. Clearly, they lost the game to Chugging. Mate, they struggle against Currumbin. They struggle against Ormo at Ormo, you know what I mean? So these sides in this competition, with 3 or 4 rounds to go, round 18, we've got 21 rounds, they're seeing a chink in the Burleigh armour and they're thinking, mate, we can have a crack at this premiership here. But to do that, I really, really, truly believe, as I said 8 million times, you must finish top 3 to give yourself a real good chance at winning this competition.
Ramage off the left foot, straight over the black dot. So that 8-point advantage now, really handy one here for Currumbin. We'll take a big effort here for the home side. Still plenty of time left on the clock to be able to do it. So big last quarter here for both sides. As Mick said, trying to lock up this 3rd position. Moving in, we're getting towards the back end of the competition now. Webb comes back down the right-hand side of the field, fending off defenders. Mortimer gives it to Wecker. Liam Donnelly now just shy of the 40-metre line. They come back in field. Wecker met nicely. Mortimer comes off the right foot, gets some extra space, sends it straight down the middle. Corey Morris looking to play it with his feet, didn't get it. It's going to roll over. Yeah, 7 tackles set, so did well in the end there, Corey Morris, just to pull away from that one. Mortimer did a good job as well to evade some of the defence, but the kick just had too much sauce on the end of it.
Ideally, you put that in goal, but with this win, they're hard to judge. They wouldn't be entirely happy with that seven tackles away. They wouldn't be entirely unhappy, mate. They're giving themselves a chance set. They've got to score 2-3 times to win this game, Chugging. Time's ticking around. Time is the enemy for Chugging now. Watch some razzle-dazzle football from here, Scotty.
So right on the halfway line here now. Tugun, good opportunity for him. Johnston goes from half. Gets over the 40. Mason in the tackle. They come down this left-hand side again. Roberts just a little dink over the top. Desmond's knocked that one backwards as play on. Tackle 1, 6 to go. Big chance here for Tugun. Meskel. Mick's calling for him to go right. They come back in towards the middle of the field. Lillis plays the ball, still on the right-hand side. Mick's calling for Meskel. They play out the back. Oh, and it's been lost. Corey Morris setting the ball over. Travis Barry again, I think it is, out on that right-hand side. He's had a pretty unhappy last 5 minutes or so. Space open on that right-hand side. You're calling for it, Mick.
Mate, geez, it's been a cruel game, you know, and the try line open there can be a cruel game. One little mistake. He catches that, scores in the corner, mate. They're flipping in the air like the hero of the day. But geez, it can be a cruel game. The other thing with 10 minutes to go, Scotty, you turn around and you see the game. Currumbin come into this game with 4 fresh reserves. Tugun coming with 2 fresh and two blokes that have played reserve grade. Mate, I know they're only little things, but geez, they make a difference in a tight game with 10 minutes to go. And mate, they've smashed each other today. They really have.
There's been some good hits, and that man, Kurt Perry, we saw one in the first half. He got rattled. He's still back on his feet. Nice running from Mason. He gets the offload to Gill. Gives it to Gleeson. There's open space in front of Gleeson. Can he go the whole way? I think he's going to make it. Will they get there in time? Angle tap, but he's put it down. And that might be game, set, and match. Absolutely out of nowhere. The Currumbin side go coast to coast down the other end. Great support work and the speed from Jakey Gleeson. The mullet flapping in the back. Beautiful work.
Yeah, the mullet flapping in the back. What a sight. Gee whiz, what a sight. But isn't it? You know, you turn around and say 1 minute ago, less than 1 minute ago, Chugging dropped the ball with the line open. 2016 with kick to come, possibly 2018. We're going in the last 8 minutes of the game. Less than 1 minute later, there's Currumbin beside the post. Kick to come, leading 22-0 with kick to come, so 24-0 I dare say it's going to be. And, mate, putting their hands on third spot in this competition, I dare say it's going to take some... Well, I can't see Tugun getting out of this today, but their run home too, mate. But you never underestimate Tugun, particularly when they play at home, particularly when they play anyone else. But they're, particularly when they play Burleigh, particularly, you know, them at home. But my God, I've been impressed with Currumbin today. I really consider them contenders. I really consider Chugging contenders. But I keep harping about the top 3 spot. But they've just seemed to have a real good mix, this Currumbin side, with the old, which we said earlier, the old blokes, the young blokes, and they're really gelling together. You know, you get a bloke like Bailey Gill, you know, he runs on with 14 on the back, mate. He's played 5'8", half-back and full-back today, so we don't really know where he's going. And that does, mate. I know that as opposition coaches and players, that does confuse the other side. Bangs it over, 24-12 lead, and I think game, set and match, Scotty.
Yeah, Phil Ramage sending that one over. Yeah, 26-12 is the score. So they'll be looking to finish this one out, try and hold Tugun down. Their for and against, as Mick has made mention, is superior to Tugun's, but this will really sort out the ladder now. Short kick-off, little torp kick-off as well. Morris making contact. Morrison taking that one nicely. Wecker sends it back in field to Ramage. Bailey Gill into half. Great performance here this afternoon from Bailey Gill. As Mick may mention, He's been everywhere. Now the ball's spilt out here. They've held on to it though. Currumbin flirting with the sideline. Gleeson, the try scorer. Here's Gill. Mortimer sends it downfield. He'll bounce up here for Corey Morris. Gets a little bit of a extra dribble on it. He turns around, picks the ball up now. Links up. Cassidy again. Probably their best this afternoon for Tugun. Looking a little bit flat now, Tugun. Still a little bit of time left on the clock to get some more points. They come out to Roberts, gives a nice ball. McDonald, that's come off the hands of Bailey Desmond. They'll get another 6 touches here. So they'll look to pack the scrum. Kurt McDonald looking for the flick ball out the back. So yeah, so it looks like we've got the top 3 sorted now. Burley's still on top. Southport have been really good over the last few weeks as well. And now the Currumbin have got all their players back on deck. It's really shaping up. It's going to be a good final series.
Southport just a methodical side that made, I tend to underestimate them, and I believe the other sides do as well. They're so uniform. A few other scores around the ground over the weekend. Southport knocked Ormo off in the A grade last night, as you would expect. Mudry Bar beat Burley in the under-20s local comp today. Redcliffe beat Burley in the Intrust Super Cup, and Roosters will give Titans a bath in Sydney this afternoon. I really don't think I'd like to be Justin Holbrook, but gee whiz, I absolutely wish him the best of luck. But geez, he's got himself a task and a half, hasn't he, Scotty?
Oh, I don't envy that man coming into that gig. She's going to be a tough one. Nice ball there from Morris. Gets it down the sideline. Dawson tries to throw it back on the inside. Yeah, there wasn't really any support there either for Macaulay Dawson. Couldn't get the flick ball back on the inside. It's one of the local punters you might have come across there expressing his disappointment over the officiating this afternoon. So they called time off. We're about 5 minutes to go in the match. I mean, the other team here too, you can't really rule a line. It is a 5-team final series, and Runaway Bay is sitting in 5th at the moment. They're the defending premiers in this competition. Anything can happen on any day. You can't really put a line through them at the moment either.
I just see the comps and the A grade in this Gold Coast local league, the reserve grade and the 20s. They're all different comps. Anyone on any given day in that top 5 can knock anyone off. Until a few weeks ago, say Burley and the A grade were the only ones. But Scotty, why I keep persisting with the top 3, and I say it in the 3 grades of top 3, because the consistency of all these sides, they struggle to string 3 or 4 very, very good performances to do. Once you get to the pressure football of semi-final football, I just see sides struggling to string 3 or 4 real good performances together, mate. In saying that, of course it's possible, but I just can't see it happening, and I'd gladly finish with egg on my face if that does happen. Absolutely. So he's another silly frustration penalty with 5 to go. 26-12. The ground supporters, the Chugging supporters, will now blame the referee, but mate, they've put in today. They've been a little bit unlucky, mate. There's been 2 or 3 tries that they've fallen flat at the last pass. They go to hand. They put the points on the board. We're battling away. 26-12 is certainly no indication of what's happened here today. Currumbin have pushed, and mate, they've earned their victory here today. And it hasn't been very easy, as you would not expect at Boyd Street. Boyd Street playing a Chugging side. Well, let's see what happened in the last 5 minutes, Scotty.
Yeah, anything can happen, as you would have seen just on that occasion. Nick Harold actually been sent to the sin bin. So the rest of the game, they'll play one player down here. Couldn't quite see what happened in the tackle. Might have been a little bit of back chat or something to the referee. As Mason takes another hit up. Wolf goes to Pellitalisi. Still got the legs pumping. Try scorer this afternoon. Not too sure if he's got any other tries throughout the season. That was a beautifully well-constructed one as Mortimer plays out the back to Gill. Gill shows it. McDonald wraps him up. Roberts comes in, finishes off the job as well. A little bit slow to his feet here, Bailey Gill. Mortimer. Oh, that is a big, big hit. And it's cleaned up, Mortimer. Now, the high shot has been called. He just came off his left foot and it looked like he was slipping in the tackle a little bit, but it's cleaned him up flush. And he's still quite groggy here, Dan Mortimer.
Mate, yeah, that was a shocking hit. But I think Dan Mortimer, I think, was it Corey Morris that hit him? To his defence, mate, I think Dan sort of fell into the tackle as well, mate. Certainly finished a high shot. Penalty should suffice here. But, mate, it was just one of those unlucky, horrible things that happen on a rugby league field. Looked terrible. Let's hope he gets up and he's okay. But I don't think, I'm certain there was no malice in the tackle. It's just one of those rotten things that can happen on a rugby league field.
He's still down here. Is Mortimer. Hasn't moved too much. Yeah. Tackle's been put on report. And it might have been Mescal who made the tackle. So, yeah, it was a real awkward one. He's still not looking all that good, Mortimer. He's just moving around a little bit now. So still down. So, yeah, we'll take a bit of a pause. But, yeah, I suppose, as you mentioned before, we were just talking about some of the scores, and you said Justin Holbrook. You don't envy him, Mick. Big task ahead of him. And, no doubt, I think the Titans at the moment, they'll be probably looking forward to their end-of-season trip to Las Vegas. But he's got a big job ahead of him for the 2020 season, hasn't he?
Yeah, he sure has, mate. And Roosters, you know, the pundits and the experts were starting to doubt the Roosters' form of late. You know, people were questioning whether they'd finish top four or not, and you know, well, question us. Watch us. We'll put 50 points on a side, albeit be the Titans, but still to put 50 points on a side at NRL level, you've got to have some sort of ability, some sort of class. Daniel Moore, very, very groggy here. Looks like he's going to get up. It went on report, the tackle, of course, and I think that's a ref just being safe. I see him in ground, you know. I'm sure there was no malice, and it was just one of those rotten things that happen on a rugby league. Up he gets, and well done, Dan Mortimer. Let's hope he's fitting well. Mate, we got 4 to go. He's going to come off, and naturally he would at 26-12. You bring the kid off and put him on ice and make sure he's right for next week. But yeah, we don't like to see the head knocks in this game anymore. That's for sure and certain. But let's see what the 4 minutes brings, mate. You could nearly blow the hooter right here and now for mine, Scotty, and let's get the game over and done with. I don't think anyone's got anything to prove for the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, Mortimer making his way off the field now. He's been pretty influential throughout the match as well, having a hand in a few of the Currumbin tries this afternoon. So just a couple of minutes left on the clock. Currumbin, we'll see if they look to get some more points on the board or they just play the clock out here. Wolf will take the tap and get us back underway. Ramage goes to Webb. They play out the back again. Ramage comes off the left foot, goes himself. 5 short of the line. Pelletalisi, can he get another one on the board? There's a penalty going to Tugun on this occasion, so bit of a collision off the ball there as well. Another penalty.
Yeah, you know, happy with the penalty. I just, you know, I half hoping Currumbin wouldn't score extra points there, being 26-12, because it's, you know, they blow out there and get to a 32-12 lead. You're thinking, well, it's been half a flogging here today, and it hasn't really. They've pushed and shoved and worked hard, and Chugging put a wall up there that they chipped away and finally broke down. So I truly believe the 26-12 scoreline is no indication of the game. And you know, Chugging, they're a side of many, many faces. You know what I mean? And when they're at their best, they do, and they just seem to lose concentration and switch it back on again. And and see what happens. Here they are on the attack out, so let's see if they've got a try on them, Scotty.
Yeah, Roberts with the football. Gleeson making the tackle. Lillis comes off the right foot nicely, gets the offload there. Can't link up, though, with McDonald. Oh, and the home fans absolutely giving it to him. It looks like some of the Currumbin players, I wouldn't be surprised if he may have switched allegiances maybe over the off-season. Currumbin side, a couple of boys up here near the can bar, giving it to poor old Kurt McDonald. So clock winding down here. This match for third position, match of the round. And Gleeson feeds it. Perry, he's done a lot of good work coming in off the wing this afternoon. Wecker. Wolf to Mason. And another penalty. Got him up high. Yeah. Mick saying in the background, let's just blow the hoot up. It's just getting a little bit messy out there at the moment. Shouldn't be too much longer left in the clock. So what do they do here? Ramage will send it over the sideline. They might have one last shot at him here, Currumbin. Mason switches Ramage. Nice ball there from Ramage. They come down that left-hand side of the field. Now it's been called forward. There we go. We hear the hooter in the background. And it'll be the Currumbin Eagles who will take the victory here. They've secured third spot on the ladder. Comprehensive victory in the end, although the score line probably doesn't do this match justice. Tugun were pretty good in the first half, just couldn't match it with Currumbin in the second half. Big thank you to Mick Heary for joining me in commentary this afternoon. But the match of the round out here at Boyd Street is the final score. The Currumbin Eagles 26, the Tugun Seahawks 12.